Frank. What's the weirdest thing you've ever saw in here?
Let me ask you a question, kid. Did you see that movie, Night of the Living Dead?
Hey, we gonna party tonight or what?
Yeah, we are gonna party.
Well, where are we gonna party?
I don't know, somewhere.
Hey, we could go to the park.
Oh, no, we can't. The cops said they'd shoot us if we go back to the park.
Yeah, and I ain't in no mood to go tonight.
I like death.
Greetings, fools, and welcome to Minute 48 of Do You Want to Party, the Movies by Minute podcast for the 1985 horror classic, The Return of the Living Dead. I'm your host, Troy, and today I'm being joined by the dynamic duo of...
Hey, this is Ahmed, aka Horror Savvy.
And this is Natasha. I'm still nervous. Movie novice and gothic artist on Instagram. You can find me at n_Gibsky_art. A cool name like that. This is the second time we've been called the dynamic duo.
Well, I'm sure it won't be the last.
And that kind of threw me off. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh, that's like made me smile so hard. Like forgot what I was supposed to say.
This particular minute is going to start with Ernie dashing to the door and ends with concern about the faulty equipment. Now, just to put it out there, whether or not she remembers it or not, in our previous episode, it had ended and Natasha had mentioned that she wanted to mention something about Ernie's outfit. You now have this opportunity yet again because you are dealing with a scene with Ernie. So if you want to collect your thoughts and anytime you want to say something about Ernie, just go ahead and blurt it out, okay?
Oh boy. Like I remember what it was roughly about, but like do you
remember.
remember? Okay. I'll let anyway. I thought it, but you can say it.
Let's get through the description of the minute and then
Yeah.
you can put in your points after that. All right.
Got you. Let's go.
So once again, we are inside the embalming room of the Resurrection Funeral Home. The half-pant-legged Ernie paces in waiting. Bert, sitting with his hand comfortably holding Frank's shoulder, looks at his sick employees, both of which, Frank and Freddy, sit shivering, gray blankets wrapped around them, both men slumped in the small leather couch. Freddy's satin jacket laying on the back of the couch above his head, while clutched between Frank's knees is a white bucket, ready just in case. There's a knock at the big back door, and on a dime, Ernie spins around, and at the same instant, so does Bert. Rushing to the door, Ernie slides open the viewport, and as Bert stands up, Ernie announces who's at the door.
It's them.
Bert steps towards the door as Ernie unlocks the door, swinging it open wide, making Bert the first to greet the paramedics. Both paramedics are wearing matching yellow raincoats and carrying orange toolbox-sized kits. The second paramedic, looking at Bert while pulling back his jacket's hood, inquires as to who needs the assistance.
Who took the voice?
Bert silently points towards Frank and Freddy, but it is Ernie who quietly and calmly vocalizes, confirming who as well as indicates with his hand to where. The first paramedic makes his way to look at Freddy. After putting down his kit box, he kneels down in front of him, placing his hand on each of Freddy's legs, as his partner sets his own kit down and begins to open it. We then have a close-up of Freddy's pale gray face, purple, almost bruise-colored eye socket area, dry, cracked, dark purple lips. The paramedic holds Freddy's face as his thumb pulls down the bottom lid of Freddy's eye, exposing the veiny red of his eyeball, Freddy's head shivering. The paramedic asks, what is wrong with my wording?
You got what I got.
The paramedic asks to see Freddy's tongue,
Stick your tongue out for me.
who complies by opening his mouth with the assistance of the paramedic, and a bright orange-colored tongue shakily pokes itself out. After pulling away, he goes to open his own medical kit. Bert, now standing hunched over, looks at Frank just as the second paramedic approaches with a medical thermometer. As Frank backs away, allowing the man to do their work, the thermometer is placed into Frank's shaking mouth. as he inquires to the substance that they consumed.
What did you guys take?
Bert responds with a vague recollection of what it was and what it was in.
It was some kind of industrial chemical, I think. Something in a tank.
The paramedic pushes for more information.
What tank? Where?
To which Bert feigns ignorance.
Well, we're not sure.
The second paramedic also asks for more information, and it is vital to helping their patients.
Well, can you find out? I mean, your friends' lives may depend on it.
Bert then gives a song and dance about not being able to get what they need until tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I can make some phone calls, but I can't do that before morning.
Both paramedics begin to fit blood pressure straps around Frank and Freddy as they conclude that they must continue with their examinations.
Let's take some vital signs.
Freddy now also has a digital thermometer in his mouth, glances around the situation, the blood pressure band around his right bicep, his body glistening with sweat. The sound of the band being pumped up is heard. As they continue their examination, the second paramedic asks for use of his counterpart's equipment.
Can I borrow your stethoscope?
Who inquires as to why?
What's better?
The second paramedic confesses as to the unworking nature of his own.
I can't hear anything through mine.
And that's where we end this particular minute. Natasha, what did you have to say about Ernie's outfit? Or Ahmed, what did Natasha have to say about Ernie's outfit?
I think she knows now.
I think I remember.
Okay.
Yeah. Because like I mean, anyway.
So previously,
Okay, yeah, how about you just say it?
previously his pants are torn.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
This is,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
Okay. So, I think it was like Natasha was a little stricken of like how he was going to
Oh, yeah.
find the perfect match as he had previously had with the tops and bottoms of his outfit.
I know I was distraught. I was like, that was such a sick like fit. And then like he's just like, how are you gonna find another pair that like match exactly? Like it's the right, like even if he gets a new one, like what if it's like a different shade of like whatever that is, you know?
Okay, gotcha.
The
Okay.
burgundy or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yep,
just
that
like,
burgundy.
yeah. No, it was bothering me that it wouldn't match.
Yeah,
his
I
kind of
originally
suit.
thought it was like a jumper or something, like a one-piece outfit, but no, it's yep.
It's like a running suit. It's like a
Gonna be-
jacket
yeah, it's a
and
tracksuit.
and
Yeah, he's
yeah, it's a
gonna
tracksuit. Yeah.
Gonna have to replace the whole thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that's
that
it.
was the whole thing. Yeah, no, because then we were trying to figure out like Ahmed was saying, like if it was us like a one piece outfit, which in that case I guess the whole thing is just ruined. But
For sure, yeah.
anyway, it's not that big of a deal to anybody. It's just me. I didn't mind that in the last time. I said my favorite part of the movie was like when the guy's pants were ripped, and then like now this is very distressing though. If it matches too well,
It's all ripped pants for you.
it is. That's this movie in a nutshell for me. Wow, that's weird.
As per usual.
I get, which is normal for me.
Yeah.
All right, so over on the commentary track, which is again with Dan O'Bannon, the writer-director, and William Stout, who is the production designer. Much like the previous minute, Dan O'Bannon continues his way of just watching the movie. When Ernie is about to open the door for the paramedics, he says, "Here we go." William Stout then points out that the first paramedic that entered was just a stand-in for the film. And when the person on for the role didn't work out, the stand-in got the call. Dan O'Bannon adds, "I just replaced him on the set that night." William Stout backs it up with how well that guy worked out. And that's all we got for their particular, because they're again like they're in this mode of like the previous minute they just like comment along with the movie, not
Yeah.
like talk about the movie, which is what happens when you get caught up and all that, or of a movie that you've seen several times and all that sort of thing. But
It messed me up when you said "here we go" and you didn't do it like in a Mario accent kind of way.
well, because Dan O'Bannon did
Here
not
we
do
go!
because Dan O'Bannon did not do it in a
No,
Mario voice. But
I totally get it. I only hear it like that from someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
It shocks me. I was like, I can't even-
Guilty.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm not even-
let's see how this turns out in the edit.
Yeah.
All right. So now, according to the script, which again is a story and screenplay by Dan O'Bannon, we're working with the revised vision from 1983 of October. And this is based on a story and screenplay by John Russo, Rudy Rickey, and Russell Steiner. So we deal with interior mortuary, examination room, night, rain. Ernie lets the two paramedics in, brushing rain off themselves. Paramedic 1. Who took the poison? Ernie. Those guys there. He points to Frank and Freddie, who sit wrapped in blankets, shivering. Each of them has a puke bucket next to them. Their complexions are gray and greasy, with purple circles under their yellow, bloodshot eyes. Paramedic number 1. What do these guys take? Bert. It's some kind of industrial chemical. Something in a tank? Paramedic number 1. What tank? Where? Bert, nervously. We're not sure. Paramedic number 2. Can you find out? Your friend's life may depend on it. Bert. I can make some phone calls, but nothing until the morning. Paramedic number 1. Unpacking equipment. Let's take some vital signs. Then they put thermometers in Frank and Freddie's mouths. The new fancy kind with digital readouts. Paramedic number 1 wraps a blood pressure cuff around Frank's arm, while number 2 takes Freddie's pulse. Both paramedics adjust their instruments, trying to get a better reading. Both look puzzled. Paramedic number 1 to number 2. Can I borrow your stethoscope? Paramedic number 2. What's wrong? Paramedic 1. I can't hear anything through mine. And that covers that particular minute of the script.
Pretty accurate.
Yeah, it is pretty accurate. Yeah, exactly.
Did they ever explain what made their tongue that color? Like, was it a candy that they had to eat? Like, that's my question.
Well, you know what? I will see what I can do about asking that question in the near future.
There you go.
That would be.
But
Find out if they're
whether or
orange
not-
tongue splashers.
Yeah, I can probably more than likely it is something like that. I mean,
Yeah.
and we don't actually ever see James Cameron's mouth as well,
No.
because we only have the close up, because I
Yeah.
think in this whole entire sequence they only did like a bigger makeup job on Tom Matthews because of a close up. And when I get into the work print comparison, you'll understand what I'm getting at by saying it this way. But it looks like they probably had him. The way that his tongue is completely coated, it more than likely is some sort of like a lozenge or like a candy or something that they had him suck on that made
banana
his
slushy.
Banana.
I guess.
Yeah. You never had a banana slushy?
I didn't like banana flavored things.
I know, but like but you had everything.
No.
Troy, have you had one?
I have not had a banana slushy because, like Ahmed, I'm not a big fan of artificial banana flavoring.
Yeah. You know, the closest I ever came to having one, and this is an interesting little story as well, is I was at the movie theater with my younger cousin one time, and they had like Coca-Cola, like cola flavored slushies, and I loved those.
Yeah.
And so I went and got that, sat down for the movie. Don't remember which movie this was. This was a long time ago. But sat down for the movie, started drinking it, and both me and Shadi, my cousin, had them. And we both looked at each other like so grossed out, like what the hell is this? It's like I think previously they put banana in there, and so it tasted like banana cola.
It wasn't cleaned enough to.
Yeah, and which is
yeah.
banana, if you know the banana flavor, is like almost impossible. Even in a real banana, like it can like easily pass on the flavor to other
For sure.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the worst drinks I ever had in my life.
I mean,
I could see you liking it. But
But the banana peel is what's orange. The actual flesh of a banana is white. How do you get yellow from?
yeah, but you never in a gas station, just like
No,
in
I've never seen a banana
honest,
slushy in my
yeah,
life.
exactly.
No.
I will give you cherry. I will give you blue raspberry. I will give you
I've had
white.
like Sour Patch Kids flavor.
Yeah, exactly.
Like never
Green and
banana.
all that sort of thing.
I think
Or
it's
apple.
probably
next time I see
if
it,
there is like a
banana.
7-Eleven in hell, then that's probably where you would find it.
it's not that it's pretty good. Okay, next time I see it, I mean I'm never in a gas station.
If I
but-
see a gas station with banana slushy, I'm in the wrong part of town. I'm getting out of there.
Okay, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna put in the group chat for you guys. It's a thing. I've had it like at
I
least
believe you.
twice.
I don't ever want to be near one.
Okay, well I bet he looks like he's guilty of having one.
You know what? You know what? I will like if you can find a place, I will give it a taste. I will see. I can't see how like you'd have to consume a lot because even when you like drink a whole entire blue raspberry, your tongue like doesn't completely turn blue and all
No,
that
the
sort of
last thing I
things.
remember things that did that was if do you remember tongue splashers?
Oh yeah, tongue splashers.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they
Those
were
ones
made
did
to
it.
do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Those did it.
yeah,
I could see that.
yeah. But it would because this is a clearly an orange that is
Oh
coated
yeah.
over Tom Matthews' tongue. So,
I
like I
see.
said, we will see.
Yeah,
We
like
will see what we
It's
can
the
find out.
combination of colors, right?
for sure. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. It looks like a yellow dye because I feel like his teeth would be orange too a little bit when
Oh,
he's
that's true. That's true.
Oh,
His
that is a
color
teeth
good
are
theory.
point.
still
That
not
is a
orange.
very good point. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Yeah.
To me, it looks yeah, because obviously like the pinkish color.
yeah,
Anyway,
yeah, yeah.
sorry, you said a color and then like I'm
No, no, no. Hey,
fixated.
look,
Yeah,
you know what? Everyone brings their own expertise to this podcast, and thank
banana
you for your color.
slushies,
Yeah, yeah, your banana
your
slushy
ripped
and color theory.
pants. I
And
got you.
all right, so we're going to go on to the work print comparison, which is what they originally do is they film everything that they need of footage for a movie. They put it together in one giant sequence, and then they edit it down to get to our final film. So, for example, the minute that we are dealing with is which is from minute 47 to 48. When we compare it to the work print, it is actually minute 55:34 to 57:03. So we're getting more and more extra footage, which is one of the nice things about this. The work print has a bit of extra from when Ernie does his little pacing before he actually like suddenly turns around and runs off to get the door and all that. And when the first paramedic checks out Freddy, we see him checking Freddy's right eye before we do a close up. When we see him checking Freddy's left eye. In the final film, when it mentions that they should take their vital signs, we cut to a close up of Freddy. Now, in the work print, it's extended as we show the full sequence of pulling out and wrapping around of the armbands around Freddie and Frank with the blood pressure bands. And also Bert pacing around while this is happening, walking to Freddie's side of the couch and then back between the two paramedics. So the edited part obviously just cuts out this silent sort of, you get it, you know that
Yeah.
they're going to be doing this and all those things. But in the final film, we have from that one angled shot where we see all five men in this scene just as one continuous shot, which is kind of neat. Another thing which I also enjoy about seeing it is a continuous shot that goes on for this whole entire minute, practically from one point to the other. The only thing is the work print actually has the original insert of Freddy's close up, but other than that, it's all that whole entire sequence is all one shot. All right. So, do we have anything else that you guys might want to mention that we might have missed or not covered, or you want to point out or something?
Well, it's going back to the same thing because I like to fixate.
Yes. Go ahead.
The yellow guy.
Mm-hmm.
What was his name? Was he Yellow Man or
Yeah,
something?
Yellow Man. Yeah.
Sick. Okay, got it. Um, he was. I mean, he also, he was yellow as well. He had nothing to do with like the gas.
I don't think he
No.
licked this guy.
No.
Is that what you're gonna ask?
Not that you saw. No, I'm just wondering because I thought initially when I saw the yellow tongue, like when I was watching the movie, that like, oh, yellow guy,
Mm-hmm.
he's messed up, he's yellow, now his tongue is yellow.
Yes.
And anyway, but I'm realizing that has nothing to do with anything. I'm just
I'm also wondering if it like depends on the remaster that you're looking at as for which color tone it is.
Right.
I mean, we have the Scream Factory version here.
That's the latest version, I believe.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
So it could slightly be different in color from what other people are seeing. It does happen. Sometimes they crank up the contrast too much or too little, or they make it even, what it would originally look like. Because like, when you're looking at it here, it is like an orangey yellow.
yeah.
It's like
Mm-hmm.
almost like
School bus color.
it's between it's a little closer to like almost like a pumpkin, but not quite. Um, and
It's
like
like an almost like a ripening pumpkin sort of thing.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and like you can see like the cracks in the powder of his makeup and stuff like that on his face as well, which is interesting because like if you ever put like which I know you have
Mm-hmm.
makeup on to make yourself look dead for
Mm-hmm.
Halloween
Yep.
costume or whatever, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and you start to sweat and whatnot. I mean, you get that crackle going on your forehead, and you can really
Exactly.
see
Yeah.
that in this scene here.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know?
that's the other thing too. Yeah, when you're dealing with a makeup effect where you know you can do a far away shot and it'd be
Hmm.
fine, but when you have to do a close-up shot, but you also have to show that your actor
Well,
is sweating, if
yeah.
you don't have the proper base color, you're going to like look
I don't
complete.
think they had to worry about this so
Yeah.
much back when it was VHS.
Oh yeah, no, no. When
Um,
you're yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah,
the best you were going to see that movie was in a movie screen on a large screen and all
exactly,
that. When you got it
exactly.
at a home
And it
video,
still
you
wasn't
had
the quality that we're
exactly,
seeing
exactly.
now.
Yes. Yeah.
So like it's funny how like the older horror movies, like I get the appeal of the VHS still within that sense.
Yeah.
Like I remember seeing Evil Dead and whatnot as well for the first time on like DVD, let alone Blu-ray. And every time you watch it in a newer, like I didn't bother with the 4K because I'm like the Blu-ray already ruins enough. Like
Yeah,
it
you
just
see enough of the seams in a Blu-ray version of something
for
that
sure.
probably should have been best on VHS.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
look at the night sky, and I can tell that it's actually like a screen that they're looking at, and you can see
Yep.
the border of it.
Yeah. Yeah,
But yeah,
no,
things
that I
like
mean,
this as well.
yeah. But
Yeah.
again, still again to this day, it this movie still does hold up. I mean, it has
Oh
the
no, no, it
best
it
of
does. It's just
yeah.
when you
It's
get
literally this tongue
it's almost
color.
like it's not. It's like sometimes it's just with the clarity that we have of
Mm-hmm.
these older movies, it's
Yep.
almost like you're on set versus like watching it in a like as a movie, like where it's so clear
I
where
see
it's
what you're
like,
getting at.
yeah, you're
Yeah, yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
It,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
obviously it changes that. But aside from that, no, I mean the practical effects are still great in this movie and
Mm-hmm.
in a lot of older movies. I still am 100% practical effects
For sure.
versus,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
computer generated. Max out for me is like a hybrid of the two. Um, but no, yeah, that's all I'm saying is it's fun to notice that sometimes, especially with like the 70s and 80s horror stuff and they really like they weren't thinking about, 30 plus years from now,
Oh yeah, no,
it's
they
gonna
didn't even know
be
the technology was going to be there. Yeah, there was
exactly,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
it's always like, oh, this is the best it's gonna be.
Well, yeah, because in the 80s you were looking at, hey, the best you're going to see on home is this new fandangle like VHS thing
Yeah, like
or
maybe laser disc.
oh yeah, I guess Laserdisc might have been on the horizon, but yeah, I mean, we know where those are right now, so yeah.
Yep, flea
Yeah.
market.
Exactly. You know what? There's some pretty cool cover art on some of those
Oh no, for
Laserdisc stuff.
sure.
Yeah, yeah,
I've
yeah.
been tempted before with certain ones that I saw, and I was like, what am I doing? Like, I have nowhere to put this.
I've
Like,
done the
I
exact same
can't
thing. I'm
play
like,
it.
oh, no, what am I doing? No, there's no
Yeah,
place for me to store this at my
don't need
place. I
this
can't.
extra hobby.
Exactly, exactly. All right. So that being said, we're just gonna wrap up this episode, nice and neat sort of thing. Again, not much happens in this whole entire movie. There's not much meat and potatoes to it.
Yeah.
But
I
we're
can make up stuff. Don't worry. I have questions.
Well, what questions do you have? Let's see if we can answer some.
Okay, okay. No, it's not about this. I'm just trying to. Okay. Okay, we were watching a movie the day after. Anyway, we were watching a movie. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And like, it made me think. Out of all the movie, because again, it wasn't a horror movie, but seeing a lot of horror movies, a lot of awful deaths. And I was thinking, like, what would be out of all the movie deaths that I've seen, like, which one would I want if I could pick one? You know?
Okay, Trash, what would be your thought?
Well, no, I don't want to. Mine's so good. I want to hear what you think for like on top of
Oh,
your head.
oh, I see. So in comparison to what I've seen movie-wise.
Yeah, like what would
How
be
would
like,
you want to
know,
go
it's
that you've
actually not
seen?
that bad.
How would you want to go that you've seen that
Yes,
film
that
is the
you're like
question.
that actually seems like a nice death. They're considering.
The This Man is About to Die sequence from Monty Python's Meaning of Life.
All right, so you're gonna have to watch
Haven't
that.
seen them. I have to
Yeah.
see that. Big
Those
surprise.
who know know. So I'll let you guys discover that on your own. You can get back to me later. What about you, Ahmed? What would be yours?
I didn't even have one. Like
No,
I couldn't. I'm like thinking of all these movie deaths, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, I mean, to me, the coolest movie death ever isn't even really a living character. It's the T-800 going down into like, the
Oh,
hot
it the
in T2,
yeah, T2.
Like to
Okay,
me,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
like the ultimate
That is actually
death,
kind of
you
yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah. I
But
mean,
it's like,
for a human, I don't think you'd want to do that.
no, but
Yeah.
like, how cool was it,
No, that was a cool death. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
You know, there's none of them are like I've seen that I'm like, oh, I want this,
no,
but
no,
like
no.
yours,
Yeah, yeah, mine.
yours makes sense, especially for you.
So we were watching Godfather 3, and like And like I don't even know who it is. Like who's that guy?
He done something. Anyway,
Okay, anyway,
basically one of the enemies at the end of the movie during the opera.
like he gets a box of like poisoned cannolis. And like he's just like every scene
Yeah.
showing you eating them and he's just like enjoying it, like licking his fingers. Like he's like every time they show him he's like at a different point of the cannoli, meaning like he's having like multiple and like clearly like they don't taste bad because like I'm sure he's had more than, he's had more than his share of cannolis. So he knows if something would be off and like I don't know. He just like enjoyed them and then like all of a sudden like slouched over, like cannoli still in hand. And I'm like, you know what? Out of all the ways to go, if I was to die like in my tux, like in an opera house eating a box of cannolis, like that'd be pretty sweet.
Yep.
And then I was like, immediately I was like, oh my God, I gotta ask Troy. Like, what would
That's
be
okay. So
that?
it's I had to look it up because I also couldn't remember the name. It is one of the Dons.
Yeah.
It's Altabello.
There you go.
I
Altabello.
want to be him.
Yeah.
It's a dish of poisoned cannoli that his goddaughter Connie
Yep.
Corleone serves him,
Yeah.
and he
It was
soon
like-
dies silently at the opera. Oh, as Connie watches through her opera glasses. I forgot about
Yep,
that.
yep.
Most dramatic.
Yeah.
But she's like eyeing them. She's like, man, I should have took one.
Well, everyone's getting taken out at the same time as they do in the Godfather movies. And like, you got guys getting stabbed in the throat with glasses and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
random
yeah.
thing. And then this guy's just peacefully goes with his cannoli.
Enjoying, yeah, because he obviously doesn't taste the poison, and he eventually, yeah, okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, that's
good
is-
cannoli.
You know what that is? That's some good cannoli. Yeah.
No, I was like, man, like he ate so many, like he didn't even know. Like
No,
even,
he definitely, he did, yeah.
I was just
That's
like,
pretty good. I
man,
like that. I like
that's
that.
the best
Good.
death I've ever seen in an opera house. He's already like dressed up. They don't even need to do anything.
Right into the casket. He's already for the casket.
Dump the cannolis in with him.
Nice.
I could see that.
Oh yeah, so snack for the other side.
All right. So on that note, we're going to wrap up this particular minute of the show. Thank you, Amit. Thank you, Natasha, for joining me for
You're
this
so welcome.
entertaining episode. I want to thank the audience also for joining me for this journey. It's nice to see that the numbers slowly but surely are climbing every single week. Especially, again, I keep pointing out the YouTube. Thank you, YouTube, for being a huge input of people getting their ears and eyes on this product. Again, we are still looking to have our anniversary episode on August 16th. That's the anniversary of the actual movie itself, The Return of the Living Dead. We're planning on renting out a movie theater to show the movie to an audience, and as well as prior to the movie, we will be recording an actual episode of the podcast, and we will be also putting that out later that actual day as an episode to be released on the anniversary. But if you want to go to our ko-fi.com/planetgeekpod donation page, and anything that you can give us would be great. Any of the donations made will go directly into the resources to acquire the rental of that theater. Other than that, one more time, I want to thank you, Ahmed. I want to thank you, Natasha. I want to thank you, audience. And I got nothing else to say except for see you next Wednesday. You've just been listening to a Planet Geek production of Do You Want to Party? A Movies by Minute podcast of the 1985 The Return of the Living Dead. Please be sure to subscribe, download, comment, share, rate, and review. Be sure to follow us on our social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Tumblr, or Letterboxd. Search for Planet Geek Productions. X, former Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky, search for Planet Geek Pod. Or send us an email to planetgeekpod@gmail.com. Our closing music is provided by Night Chill. See the show notes for more details. Once again, thanks for tuning in, and farewell, fiends. Yeah. You guys have a relatively quick episode, which is kind of cool because it's one scene. It's
Yeah.
you don't go all over the place. Last night's episode was suicide being killed by Tarman.
Okay. Yeah.
That sequence alone had 23 cuts in it, like edit
Gotcha.
points and all that sort of thing. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of describing action and whatnot. And you guys are just there's guys on a couch and two other guys come into the room, and that's about it.
Not
So
too many shots here.
not so many shots in it, but
Yeah.
we can still get into it and all that sort of thing. So
Cool.
I think the first one, Natasha, that you have is with Ahmed, so that's kind of cool. But then your next one is just you and me because you're the only one that has a movie because it's Superman. You're the only one that has a movie open that weekend.
Damn right, I have that one.
Yeah. Excellent. All right. So this minute is going to start with Ernie. Sorry.
Okay.
I should have swallowed before I actually started talking. Sorry.
Okay. Got the vid.
Yeah, so that Return of the Living Dead trioxin gas or
No, wait. I have another note here. Where was that note supposed to go? Damn you, Bowman. Ah, yes. I'll just add this in the edit because I can do that. Also, Bert paces around while no, I just read what it actually says. That's not until a little later on, so I didn't quite miss it then. All right, there you go. Professional.
It's all good.
It's okay. Everyone's more professional than me, so I mean.
Well, what I'm doing,
really
I'm getting all my mistakes out in these last two episodes because tomorrow I'm recording with Tom Matthews. So tomorrow at this time is when
Nice.
so that's kind of that'll be kind of cool because it'll be the next minute when like Freddie has a couple of lines as well. So and it's great because I can have him talk about like James and Clue and Don Calfa and all that sort of thing. So it'll be really kind of neat. So
No, for sure. It's big.
yeah. All right, so there you
Never
go.
mind. I have a good one. I have something I'm gonna try to like fit into the show, but I don't. Godfather 3. I'm trying to find a way.
Oh boy.
I know. And Troy's like, I'm not gonna ask.
You know what? We can get to it.
I don't know why you bring me back, but thank you. This has been fun.
But this is why I bring you back. I mean, look, I'll I have everybody brings a different feel to the episodes and all that sort of thing. And Ahmed, for the most part, when it was just Ahmed by himself, he has his knowledge of horror and all that sort of thing, but he doesn't do much talking unless he like has something to say or I ask him a question or something like that. But he will say, hey, this is kind of cool, whatnot and whatnot. Candace and Mitch are my movie like experts and all that. So like Candace is big into like the construction of movies and like this the makeup of like she's my feminist character that I like having in because she always is like I have her in for as many of the Trash Central episodes at the beginning because of that. So that's why Natasha, I have you on here because you have a different perspective of things. This both watching the movie for the first time for this is a fantastic point of view. You're not big into movies, but obviously you enjoy watching movies, which you're obviously discovering now. You're quoting Godfather 3. Who talks about Godfather 3? Nobody does. But you do because
that's guilt for me as well. I'm one of the few Godfather 3 fans, so I gotta finish the trilogy.
Exactly.
Oh, that's not popular?
No, most people don't like
not. No, it's the least looked upon ones. People will watch the first two.
We watched
back
the
to
new
back.
cut, the Godfather Coda that came out.
Oh yeah. And how was that? How was that?
I enjoyed it. I mean, I enjoyed the old one, but I could see the differences that Coppola went back and he kind of re-edited where the beginning and the end go.
Right. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna say goodnight. Check out the list for when I need you guys to come back for the
I'll have a look.
The other podcast. Plus, that has actually been released. So this week's. So I'm winning. but I'm the only one that had movies out, so.
I'm sorry.
All right,
I'm not
I'll
planning to win. I already won by getting the movies I wanted.
Dude, you got Lilo and Stitch and Superman. You're gonna make a huge amount
yeah.
of box
And
office.
Sketch.
Hey, you got Lilo and Stitch and Superman. You're gonna make a All right. Talk to you guys later.
Have a good night, bro.
Good night. Thanks again for this,
Thanks,
guys.
man.
Bye.